Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 6.
And we begin tonight with Winter Storm Breanna. She's making for a miserable Saturday night. A winter storm warning spreading across most of the state and treacherous traveling conditions everywhere you go.
Miserable outside, but hopefully you're safe inside. So far, Breanna has caused more than 100 accidents. Last check, we're up to 150. Take a look at this 20-car pileup on I-91. That certainly brought traffic to a standstill for hours. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kara Sundlun.
Good evening. I'm Kevin Hogan. We have team coverage of Winter Storm Breanna tonight. Meteorologist Scott Haney, as well as Mike Cameron, they're tackling the storm in the Weather Center.
And Nicole Nalepa has her work cut out for her watching the roads. And Roger Susanna and talked to folks dealing with that massive highway shutdown earlier.
But first, let's get right to the Weather Center and check in with Scott and Mike.
It's just unbelievable to see those pictures coming out of Middletown. It's so sad to watch all of that destruction.
It's scary too. I mean, when it looked like a tanker.
Yeah,
with,
like a tanker
with fuel.
So again, the storm is starting to wind down. Mike Cameron's been here all day. Melissa Cole joined him a little bit earlier. But as we can see from our early warning dual pole radar, things are starting to get a little bit better.
They are. We're starting to see the snow wind down. But with people and thinking about going out for maybe a little bit later on a Saturday night, maybe to try and salvage part of your Saturday, maybe go out later, I don't think so. Because even though the snow is ending, Scott,
it's still very, and it's still coming down in southeast Connecticut where we have those deeper bands of snow.
It really is. You can still see some of these bands, and that's really how the snow is constructed. When you take a look at this, you can see there's one still pretty healthy one here through the Bolton Notch area, and then this other one that goes from Putnam, Brooklyn, well, it looks like near Scotland, and then down towards Franklin and Bosworth, just to the east of there through Norwich. And some of this snow has snow rates upwards of a ½ inch an hour. And what does that mean? Well, you can collect snow within a span of an hour of about a ½ inch. And so that's probably about what you're going to get out of this, and pretty much nothing more. If we see maybe an inch more snow in far southeastern Connecticut, I think that's what we're looking at with this.
And there could be a little blowing and drifting out there tonight because the winds are going to be gusty and those temperatures are going to be in the single digits and low to mid-teens. So, you know, with blowing and drifting snow, you're going to be out there. You can clean it off 1 second, and then an hour later, all the snow's back on your driveway.
Yeah, especially if you live in one of those long driveways that you have a field around it. But you can see earlier on, here's Litchfield one more time. We time-lapse this. You can see snow coming in. So some of these iCams showing what happened and through the course of this evening, although the snow isn't going to be that intense in terms of coming down, so visibility will be better, even though they're working hard, as you can see here around the green.
Isn't that great? You can see them out there actually clearing the path there around the old Christmas tree and some of the monuments down there. Beautiful. Yeah,
well, you know, if they throw salt down, I don't know. It's not going to do that much good, just because it's still going to be so cold. And here is downtown Waterbury.
DOT,
like
there's DOT out there. Over 800 DOT trucks are out there, according to Governor Malloy. So that's pretty impressive.
That really is. Here's New London. It looks like the ferry is taking off.
Oh, look, they all got on the boat.
There you go. Boom,
look, and they just left. Goodbye.
There you go. Okay, so your headlines as we enter the rest of this evening and into tonight. The steady snow is essentially through now, and we should probably say that through 8:30 we're going to see the steady snow, and then from 9 until midnight we'll have spotty snow showers, but then that'll be coming to a close. But Scott, the other thing tonight, the black ice, and we were saying before the blowing snow, but black ice is another concern, I'd say.
And then it's going to just be a cold and blustery day tomorrow. We're talking about daytime highs about 10 to 12 degrees below average, 35 being the normal daytime high for this time of year, but we're literally going to be in the mid to lower 20s.
Yeah, absolutely. So tonight, here's where we go. The snow tapers off. By midnight, the last flake has flown. But we will have lows in the teens and even some single digits. Wind chills will be near 0. And so all of those things point, I think, to staying inside, enjoying a night with family on a Saturday.
Play that new game where you take the plastic guard and you put it in your mouth. What's that game called?
I forget what it's called. It's hysterical.
It's hysterical. You put the plastic thing in your mouth,
and you try
and then
say
you gotta say a word like Breanna sits by the seashore by the seashell.
How do you say traffic?
I'm gonna Google. I'll find it.
You say traffic with Nicole is next. Nicole?
I don't understand a word you said, but I think that's the point of that game.
I think it's called speak up or speak out.
Speak up, yeah. You better speak up. Speak out? Sure. Hey, tweet us. Right now, we're really active on social media as well, so if you're seeing some snow out there, if there's anything you want to let us know about, please make sure to update us on the situation. And I want to update you on the situation on the roads right now. We are dealing with at least 2 accidents that are still out there on the highways, at least. I do want to show you this camera. This is a 1-car spin out in Bridgeport. This is on Route 8 South. southbound right between exits 3 to 2. I don't know if you could see, but this car is kind of tilted on the side here. So blocking the right lane still at this point. And also there was a crash in Fairfield, and it's still taking out the right shoulder at this point on the southbound side, right between exits 21 and 20. So please watch out for crews that are tending to these crashes. So in addition to the crashes, in addition to the crews out there, the DOT, they are out there. If you pass any of the DOT trucks, just make sure to move aside and let them do their job. They definitely have their work cut out for them, but they're really working hard trying to clear these roads and make sure that things are clear enough for tomorrow so we can enjoy ourselves. But you should be staying at home. We cannot stress that enough. These conditions, even though you're seeing blacktop and cameras like this one in Waterbury, doesn't mean that the roads are safe to head out there. It means that you really should just stay put where you know you're safe and know where it's quiet, and you won't have to encounter any of these dangerous driving conditions. This is 84 in Hartford. You can just see how slick it is. You can't even see the pavement over here, and that's the thing. A lot of these roadways are so compacted at this point that you cannot see what you're driving out into, and that includes the ice. This is 395 in the Norwich area. So I'm going to continue to update you on the situation as to what's going on out there, and if you see anything, as I mentioned, make sure to let us know. That's the latest here. Kara and Kevin, back to you.
All right, thank you, Nicole. And we did do a quick Google. It is Speak Out That Game. Speak Out That Game. If you can lay your hands on it, that'll be some good fun tonight. Now, as we've mentioned, we've been watching those crashes now up to about 150 crashes that have been keeping emergency crews busy all around the state. The worst of it getting national attention now, that 20-car pileup on I-91 southbound in Middletown that brought traffic to a standstill for more than 5 hours.
Now, thousands of drivers, they sat in gridlock for hours. Channel 3's Roger Susanna is joining us live now with the ripple effect from that crash that it created. Raj.
Well, Kevin and Kara, you know, I just spoke with the driver of a wrecker truck who helped kind of clear that whole chain reaction accident, and he said it's just incredible that nobody was seriously injured. Again, 20 vehicles involved, at least 3 tractor trailers and at least 1 tanker truck. Now, the good news right now is that 91 South has reopened, but it's still slow going in this area. And again, drivers that were caught up in this mess say it was a real travel nightmare. The video is ugly. At least 20 vehicles, including 3 tractor trailers, collided in a massive pileup on 91 South near exit 21 in Middletown. What you can't see, though, are the thousands of people the backup impacted.
It was terrible. I just kind of, you know, keep talking to myself, listen to radio, see what else is going on.
Bhavika Rana was driving from Boston to New York to get home to her 2-year-old son when the crash happened. She wound up sitting in gridlock for 2 hours.
You can't do much. I mean, no one's moving, and if they are, they're moving at like 5 miles per hour.
Was it fun?
Mm-hmm.
What did you like about it?
Snowy.
She likes the snow, not so much you.
Not me, man. No.
Croswell Mitchell says his 6-year-old daughter Aaliyah didn't mind the congestion because she wasn't the one behind the wheel of his taxi. Eventually, the congestion created challenges for everyone, even Aaliyah.
Oh, we just sit one place, can't move. My daughter almost pee on herself.
Fortunately, the Mitchells made it to the restrooms, and Bhavika got past the wrecks before she ran out of gas. They all say the same thing about this messy weather, though.
I would definitely say if you don't have to be on the road, don't be on the road. I have a 2-year-old to get home, so that's my motivation, but it's not safe at all. The roads are not clear, so if they definitely say stay home unless it was an emergency.
Just stay home. If I know it was this bad, I'll stay in New Britain.
And the good news is that we're seeing more and more drivers that apparently are doing that, because we can tell you that traffic has really lessened in this area over the last hour and a half or so, and hopefully that will continue because these roads, as we've mentioned again and again, they really are treacherous. Reporting live in Cromwell, I'm Roger Suzanne in Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, thanks, Raj, for that live report. Now looking live from Bradley International Airport in Windsor Loch, several delays and cancellations have been reported because of Winter Storm Breanna. As of earlier this afternoon, 5 arrivals to Bradley were running behind and 3 were canceled.
Now for departures, 8 flights were delayed, 1 was canceled. Travelers are advised to check in with your individual airlines for flight updates. That's always going to be the best route. You can also check WFSB.com for information there.
Our team coverage continues right now with Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Patricia Del Rio. She's in the weather tracker. She's down in London County right now, where they're really getting the brunt of the snow on those local roads. How's it look, Patricia?
Hi, good evening. Yes, the brunt of the storm is definitely here in southeastern Connecticut. We have been in New London. We are now in Groton. We are turning onto Long Hill Road. Let's take a live look outside. We are in the early warning weather tracker, and the first thing that you'll notice is this road is completely covered in white. You don't see any bit of blacktop. And this early warning weather tracker is a very well-equipped vehicle. It hugs the road very nicely, and even we in this have been sliding a little bit. And so if you're just in a regular car, you do not want to be out on these roads. You can see the thick, bumpy lumps of white. The plows have been through, but it's continuing to snow. It has lightened up quite a bit, but it does continue to snow, and so the road is covered. There is a bit of a sideways wind that has also lessened, but from what we understand, there could be as much as 10 inches here in this area in southeastern Connecticut. Eric Parker had called in and said 7 inches in Old Lyme, where he lives, and we've seen probably in this Groton, New London area, maybe 6-7 inches or more. And with the gusts on the sides of the roads, it's even higher. The side streets are rugged. In New London, some of the streets are tough. They have parking bans there because there are a lot of narrow streets in New London that are tough to get down. So it bears repeating. If you don't have to be out, you shouldn't be out. You cannot see the painted lines at all on the roadway, and so best to stay in and do something nice with your family. Keep warm. So back here inside the early warning weather tracker, we will tell you that we will be back in a half hour. We're going to take you back out to the highway, which 95 north and south, you can't even see the black of the road even on the highway, which is very heavily traveled. You can't make out the lines there either. So we will take you there in a half hour. We will see you then. Back to all of you in the newsroom. There are so many of you in there today. I don't know whether it's morning or night.
Yes, we're all here. Thank you, Patricia. And don't forget to download the WFSB app, and you can stay up to date on all the latest weather and traffic whenever you want. Just text WFSB to 23765. You will get alerts on your phone also anytime something big is happening in the world.
And still ahead tonight, team coverage of Winter Storm Breanna and the latest on the storm track, and look at all the roadways. We'll be right back.